school while E.T. was at home watching a love scene of a soap opera on television. I want to know how Elliot explains to his college girlfriend that he can't climax unless there's an alien watching porn in the next room. How come that never got explained? Anyway, it's Halloween, folks! It's Halloween! How do we feel about that? Let's hear it for Halloween! Yeah, Halloween's a good time. Big push for safety anymore for Halloween, though. Big push for safety. I mean, geez, they're lacing cocaine with fentanyl. Who knows what they're doing to a Kit Kat nowadays, you know what I mean? You gotta check that stuff. That's why schools are really encouraging the trunk or treats now. That's where they have parents come gather in a parking lot, and then they have them distribute treats from their car, so it's a little bit safer. And churches do this too. Except I can't think of anything scarier than a priest handing out candy from a van. Hey kid, wanna blow pop? Not when you pronounce it like that, I don't. I was at a bar earlier this week, and this group of college-age girls came in, all dressed up in Halloween costumes. And they walked right by my table. I said, wow, you girls look great. I said, I love your costumes. You've got Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. You've got Wednesday Addams. You've got a stewardess. Oh, man, that girl got right in my face. She's like, stewardess is an outdated gender stereotype. I am a flight attendant. I said, well, with that attitude, you're actually kind of a bitch. Wednesday Addams leaned over and whispered, I've been wanting to tell her that all night. It's ridiculous. They're wearing Halloween costumes, you know? Like, her friend really wasn't a farm girl from Kansas. I'm sorry. Her friend really wasn't an agriculture supervisor from Kansas. Got to be politically correct on that. Part-time during Halloween season, I work at a haunted house. It's a lot of fun, but you deal with a lot of weird characters. I was in the haunted house. I jumped out and I gave this big group a scare. And as I was going back to my hiding place, this drunk woman comes staggering up to me. She goes, are you a boy or a girl? And she grabbed me by the crotch. I said, hey! She said, you liked it. And then she stumbled away. I said, no, I did not like it. 30 more seconds, maybe, but all you did was poke the bear. Not cool. And that's where I'm realizing there's a huge discrepancy between men and women. There's a big discrepancy between men and women because women can get away with something like that. A man in a similar situation could not get away with something like that. There'd be big trouble. Like, here's another example, right? Big double standard with men and women. How come my wife can say, the other day I went and had lunch with my girlfriends and nobody cares? But when I say I was up really late playing poker with my boyfriends, everybody gives me a weird look. I don't think that's fair, but I do that on purpose, just to kind of needle people, just to get a reaction, make them feel a little uncomfortable. Like the other day I was telling this guy, I said, next weekend me and my boyfriends are flying to Vegas for a 3-day golf sleepover. He got a little mad. He did. My wife had to jump in. She was like, he's just kidding, Reverend. He's just kidding. Want a blow pop? Anyway, you folks are a good crowd. You having a good time? Yeah? All right. I travel around doing comedy. I love doing jokes. I was just in Vegas. Vegas is a great time. Vegas is the closest thing this country has to a real-life movie, The Purge, you know? It's as much eating, drinking, drugging, and gambling as you can handle in a weekend. And when it's all over, what happens in Vegas? Goes on Facebook. That's right. Yeah, everybody has a camera phone now, so be careful out there. I was just in Philadelphia. I have trouble in big cities, you know, because I work out. I'm kind of muscly. It attracts a little bit of attention. And in big cities, I'm always getting catcalled by homeless dudes who want money. I'll walk by them and they're like, "Hey, big man, looking good, big man. What you benching? 300? You got a couple bucks you can spare, big man?" And I just kind of walk by them like, "Thank you." Yeah. How much did you say you needed? I don't work out not to attract attention, okay? But sometimes those guys get a little aggressive. I'll walk by them, they'll be like, "Hey, big man, hey, you got a thick chest, big man. Your legs look a little thin, though. Might want to focus on some Belgian squats. Really work those quads and tighten up the glute. You got a couple bucks?" All of a sudden, I'm taking bodybuilding tips from a man in a sleeping bag. I'm like, "I guess you're right. I shouldn't skip leg day. Here you go. A couple bucks. Thanks, Tim." I'm married. I've been married for 22 years. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mitch. Way to support the show, Mitch. My wife is very supportive of my comedy career. Kind of hurts my feelings when she puts comedy career in air quotes, but not as much as when she says her orgasms are amazing. I actually married my high school sweetheart. Yeah, thank you. My wife did not. Yeah. I wanted to date her in high school. She did not want to date me. I'm basically just the guy who wouldn't go away. My friends like to say I'm a stalker success story. And back in my day, stalking took a whole lot more effort. It really did. Like, we didn't have social media. You had to look up names and numbers in a phone book. You had to memorize someone's work schedule. It was a lot of work. Yeah, we didn't even have good cell phones. Back then, if you wanted to send a dick pic, that meant waiting 3 days for it to get developed and another 2 days to send it snail mail. Either that or you used a Polaroid, which was often better because the harder you shook it, the more excited it got. I don't understand dick pics, folks. I really don't. Because if they worked, Hallmark would have been all over that years ago. They have a whole section of cards right next to the Viagra in the drugstore. Yeah, they'd be pop-ups. Yeah, they'd have cute little poems inside of it, you know. Something like, "Welcome to Wonderland. You can be Alice. I'll make you my queen. You can live in my palace. I'll always be kind. I'll never be callous. But first things first, check out the phallus." Or it might be something like, "We met at the bar, you came in my life. I saw the whole thing, we'd be husband and wife. Then one day we'd be daddy and mommy. Now pretend you're at a deli and check the salami." Viagra could even get involved, right? They could do promos. You know, like red is for roses, blue is Viagra, 4-hour erection. How does that grab you? I don't know. Hard to gauge that reaction. I'm not really sure. Oh, one more poem? Oh yeah, I got one more. Because you asked for it. If you take Viagra, you'll be stiff so often after you die, they'll have trouble closing the coffin. That one's for you, Mitch, because you're next. On stage, I mean, not, oh, did you think no, never mind. All right, folks, you guys have been a lot of fun. You've been a good time. You've been kind of laughing along. I appreciate that. I just hope you don't cancel me. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to get canceled. It'll happen to anybody. Like they even canceled Pepe Le Pew. They canceled Pepe Le Pew, the cartoon skunk from Warner Brothers. They wouldn't let him be in the latest Space Jam movie. I know. They said that his sexually aggressive behavior wasn't the kind of thing that they wanted children learning. Which I think is ridiculous, because I grew up watching Looney Tunes. Yeah, and I didn't learn anything about sex from Pepe Le Pew. I learned about sex from Tweety Bird. Yeah. But women were always really confused when I told them I was going to wick their putty. Oh, that putty's willy wet. And then for like 15 seconds at the end, I'm like Porky Pig. A-dee, that's all, folks. Folks, that's my time. Thank you very much. I'm Eric Walensky.
Everybody keep it going for Eric Walensky. The band's about to start up here again in just a few minutes, so cue the house music, and we're going to get back rocking. Everybody go buy some stuff from all these awesome vendors, and put your name on the costume contest if you've dressed up, so you can win some money. Yeah, get that money.